And welcome back. We're picking it where we left off last time in Terra Invicta in our resistance run. Where we're beginning the process of hostile peacemaking with the EU. Via shipping bits of the Union off so that they can stop fighting us.
Ready.
We've reduced them from 16 armies to 12 by giving nations their freedom, and we're going to continue with that process. So Hamburg, I think Hamburg technically is being affected by the Germany one, the Berlin one.
Rise.
We'll send someone to Hamburg as well, and then Naples.
The government must fall.
Only 1% there.
Ready.
97,
Standing
97,
Where do you need me?
97.
I'm here.
And where are you? You're somewhere. You're up there, 95. Okay. Public campaign, increase unrest, control nation. That's a good one. We might want that one somewhere. It is a 3-star, a little bit expensive. Although we probably want on someone who doesn't have max persuasion yet. Okay, that's an option. How many do we have in reserve? Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take you off. I think I want this. I don't know where I'm gonna put it yet, so we're gonna take it. And we're gonna bank it. We'll come back to fixing that later. Because that looked like a good one. And in fact, that's the last increase in rest that I, in theory, need. We've got one person who's doing advise. I can put them on this person, and then they can increase in rest. Like that's a sensible, logical pathway forward. We're not going to do that right now, but if we're really getting down to the brass tacks, if I want to create revolutions in places, that's what we might do. You will grab persuasion because you can public campaign what you have, yeah. And again, we might start off with the public campaigning wave before we do the revolution, where we do that. Okay, we've been all the way around. So we're going to confirm assignments. Again, we're still processing, or going through the process of chipping bits off of the EU so they can stop sending armies to cause us problems. I don't think the nations that we're breaking off are at war with us. Yeah, they're not at war with us. So all I got to do is get them out of the EU and or cause the EU to go a EU-wide revolution so I can kick the servants and the protectorate out of government so we can declare peace. That's the plan. Because I really want to be able to put the armies that we have fighting off the lending servant forces and send them back to hunting the xenoforms. But I can't really do that while we got wars going on. It's kind of the problem we're in. Do we have any unifications that we can do? Policies. We can unify Haiti in. Cool. Guatemala isn't an option, but it's 86 days before we finish the executive control there. That's fine. And then we're basically losing ground in Cuba. We'll be back there. So I can unify with you. I'm gonna stop the advise mission for a moment, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have you set national policy in the United States to do that unification.
Heading to the capital.
That does mean we're gonna get 25% less investment points for a council cycle. That means we're also gonna get 25% less science for a council cycle from the United States. Which is a bit of a shame. It's our main source of science. Oh. Something happened. We now have carbon dioxide production again? We'll have to turn environment on. We'll do one tick. This will be overkill, but Sanctions! Do nothing. We'll let them take the GDP buff.
The people will be free.
The revolution is coming.
The uprising is underway.
Revolution is coming.
Revolution is coming.
Long live the revolution.
Long live the revolution. And they're targeting one of the space centers that I've got, which I don't care about. At some point I should make those harder to hit just to make them waste more actions, but not a priority.
Policy direction complete.
And the unification here with Haiti. And we got you up to 86, so they're going to have to try real hard to bring it back down, otherwise we're going to cause a revolution in the government. And of course that brought up the pollution, that's fine. That brought the GDPC down, that's fine, we'll work on fixing that. That brought cohesion down. Oh, that's actually an argument that we probably want to invest a little bit more in welfare. Okay. You know, we'll focus more on the welfare and the environment, get those two fixed. Punitive sanctions. Eh. Psyops, bonuses to unrest, and then if we conquer places, it reduces unrest. Also, straight up gives us immediately 20 influence, which I think you can pick this up early in the game where the 20 influence would be useful. And then we've got some other projects indicated behind it that may come up later. And as we tier up, we get more ops out of these. Yeah, I should go up the Marine Company barracks line. +2 to stabilize. We'll set that as a favorite. We're not in a rush necessarily to pick that up, but it's okay. You're coming to Low Earth, arriving in March. That shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so we fixed the government. Government's back up to 10. We're going to put you back on basically permanent advise.
Offering counsel.
You're one I might start saving up to take science off of. Science orcs off of. So that I can put this one on. Right, because it gives increase in rest. It also provides us 3 persuasion. We may at some point want to be able to do public campaign on everyone, so we can just do the charm offensive followed by the revolution sort of path to taking nations over. You don't have public campaign. We may want to be on the lookout for orgs that do things like provide public campaign. Like that provides public campaign. Oh, that's a 2-star for a 1-star, like 1-star effect. So we're less interested in it from that perspective. And you're at the point where to put things onto you, I need to take stuff off, which would probably be mining. You probably have like a bad mining take off. 2% mining, 1% mining. Yeah, we can take 1% mining off for a public campaign. We can probably get a 1-star public campaign. If we're patient enough. Yeah, let's grab you some more persuasion. You are a quick learner, so we can grab anything on you. And you have a 1-star public campaign, for example. So we can actually grab a persuasion here. We take the 1-star public campaign off to have someplace to put someplace else. And what we were thinking about putting on you. Okay, let's do that. We've got a plan. We'll take the mining one off. We'll go over to you. Take the 1-star public campaign off. Put the mine, yeah. The mine on. Then we can go back to you. We can put you. We can put the public campaign on you. So you're not public campaigning yet, but you can now public campaign in the future. And then yes, you're down 1 persuasion, but we can just give it back to you. Okay. So that's a plan there. Firm assignments, move time forward. We're also kind of waiting for ships to build, right? Waiting for ships to build, waiting for drives to be researched. There's a Marine Company barracks. So, theory, our fusion drives might be able to use that to do refueling around the gas giants. And to be fair, those drives are running hydrogen, so we could get a fuel boost there. That one's bumped down here. We got rapid response team. Most damage versus alien enemies. Salt acid is actually tempting. Although that, oh, actually no, yeah, salt alien acid is tempting. We're not immediately using it, but we may be using it soon. Tourist booth, this is another way to get money. I think the higher tiers cost some boost on this. This is also another source of influence. We may want to go up there so we have more variety in influence sources. Coup missions, we might want that. Command center, so that's the upgrade to the mission control one. We may want that. We'll do the tourist booth. It'll be done like a day or two.
Offering support.
So you're going to back on permanent assignment there. Here's the tourist booth being done again. We can expect that to be done relatively quickly. Yeah, that's why I put it in there. It's like, okay, I saw it. I'm like, yeah, that's probably worth doing quicker. We're not quite ready to do really heavy spends on stuff. Ooh, command center. You will do the command center. The command center drinks money, so we're going to need to do space hotels, or the space hospitals, not hotels, to offset the other stuff. Okay, this is another one we want. Another +2 to unrest. This is network psyops. So this is basically the upgrade of the tech we did recently.
The uprising is underway.
Portugal declares independence. They're paying once again another army from the EU.
The people will be free.
The people will be free.
There goes Germany, stripping some armies away from the EU.
Cleaning things up.
Wrapping up here.
Wrapping up here.
The uprising is underway.
Latvia declares independence. Okay. So we've freed the Baltic states, the UK, Portugal, bits of Germany. EU stands on the brink of civil war, and its armies are down to 8.
Uprising is underway.
And there goes the revolution! So now we need to just declare peace. Okay, relations. We can take you up to end the rivalries, so whoever gets it back right away can't just immediately declare on us. And then I need to take control, or I need to do order, I need to do set national policy to end the wars. So we still have control of the executive. By the time we can set national policy, we can end the EU wars. Then we're gonna have to turn around and do what we just did, sort of back to the alien administration.
Your orders? Heading to the capital.
Ready.
And I've got 3 wars I want to end, so we need to do 3 set national policies to get that those wars
Time to
over.
make our move.
Your orders?
At your service.
Heading to the capital.
You've got 25 persuasion, so start public campaigning in the alien nation, which is very much... oof. That's with 25 public opinion. Ow. That's censorship for you. It might just be easier to do revolution. It's literally easier to do revolution. It's literally easier to do revolution. Okay, we're going the revolution route.
It's time to bring it all down.
Where do you need me?
Oh, you don't have the command. We can take one of the guys that we've got on that mission, bring them over.
We will
And
bring
then we
it
can send
down.
you to do the declare peace.
Time to make our move.
Oh, and they're in Quebec. So Quebec's a good target for us to separate from servant control soon, so we can bring it to the United States, for example. Okay, so let's confirm assignments and move forward. Treacherous dissent. Make concessions. Gain cohesion. Force them to accept our plans. Make concessions.
I will help them.
Okay, we're back up to 10. I'm basically going to turn the environment back down again. I'm not going to rush immediately take it all the way off this time. We'll keep it fairly low. Because things like that. I assumed that 10 would make economy not raise sustainability issues, but it's not quite how it's working for whatever reason. General strike. Wait and hope they burn themselves out. Send in the forces. This is our Guatemala, yeah. Or GDP declines, which we kind of don't want. Or just send in the troops right away. If I had the money, we'd just give in to what they want, but no, send the troops in right away.
The revolution is coming.
The revolution is coming.
Policy direction complete.
Seek peace. It should have been 3 options here. I don't know why we're not getting a 3rd option. Oh, because it was... They were at war with two countries, but it was one war. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense in hindsight. Okay, so the nations we care about, which is China and America, are no longer at war with the EU. So even if something goes horribly wrong, and say the servants and protector get back control of the EU, they will have to declare a new war.
Policy direction complete.
And then you seek peace with them. And then you can actually abort.
Mission canceled.
Because I thought I was going to need to do 3 actions, I only needed 2. So I had to spare my action there. Okay, so one of our habs just finished building stuff. Probably the newest one we start. Bring it up. Blucher Station has finished the power plants, and not actually any of the buildings that do anything. They'll be done at the end of June. And then we'll probably be paying the boost cost. My monthly income is lower than I'm expecting. Although I'm slowly losing various nations around the world, which is probably where that's coming from. We still got enough that I'm not worried. It's gonna cost 6 a month, and we got 5.9.
Where to?
The United States will soon provide enough boost, then that won't be an issue. Okay, so then the question here is, do we continue to target the alien administration? We do know where an alien is right now. Do I inform this alien that he's made a mistake? %53% chance we catch him.
We'll bring them in.
Yes.
Your orders. I'll keep them safe.
Acknowledged.
Oh, you don't have a protected counselor anyway. That's fair enough. How's the loyalty on my
by.
counselors? 18,
Where do
20,
you
20, 20,
Standing by
18,
for orders.
and 20.
Ready to go.
Good enough.
Reporting in.
Standing by.
And yeah, I think we worked out that trying to public campaign because of the censorship would be very much throwing money into a black hole here. Although 50%, if we weren't like the complete opposite of the servants, we'd probably do that. What I might do is, we're thinking about moving against Quebec. Let's start public campaigning in Quebec.
Work in the public.
As he says, start working the public. In Guatemala, don't think I can merge you into the Federation until 17 days. Maybe that's why that's not triggered. Okay, I think we got progress. Let's, we'll actually do 1 second with counselors. Sure, we can, or not, like, sitting at 20 XP on any counselors. No. Term assignment and move.
Lending my expertise.
Okay, so the alien
On guard.
Mission
flipped
in
back
progress.
into the alien nation. We still got 53% chance to catch him, apparently. We're going to take one swing at him and then back off. This is to create more unrest in paramilitary violence 2. Brazil is accused of supporting paramilitary atrocities in the region. Small damage to the economy and population in the area. Alien nation unrest rises. Apparently we committed atrocity. Okay, so in this situation, either take the atrocity or back down, basically. We'll back down. I'm tempted to go with the unrest, but we don't need a bunch of atrocities hunting us. So this brings up, how many atrocities do we have? I think we've been keeping it fairly low. Yeah, we've kept it fairly low. We've only got 5 in comparison to the pro-alien factions that are up at 20.
Target in a secure location.
One less alien. They'll just replace him after they realize he's missing.
People will come to our side.
At least for the short term, there's one less alien wandering around. It doesn't tell you, but I think that also reduces the number of abductions by a small amount.
Death to tyrants.
The people will be free.
Okay, so Victor, 1946, is moving on one of our bases at Mars. We don't appreciate that, so it is time to go into battle. 1946, doing bombardment, we don't want that. You will arrive in 3.1 hours, which is apparently the best we can do. We can take multiple days, or we can be there in 3.1 hours, yeah. Take 3.1 hours. And we engage, of course. Both fleets are willing to fight, prepare for battle. Now, we're going to coast in at a fairly slow speed. Yeah. We had... I suppose I had one ship in reserve. We'll keep the extra Quail-class ship in reserve. They have one battleship, one battle cruiser, multiple cruisers, and mostly flanking ships with what got deployed. So we'll assign both Quail-class Titans to open fire on the battleship. We're then going to take all the laser ships. Oh, and we're going to tell them to lock nose on target. And we take all the Quail ships, for the ones we're going to be commanding personally for the fight. They've got a swept back flank, so we probably want to target one of the guys on the left, one of the flankers on the left. Let's target that one. Again, lock nose on the target we're firing at. And then we start time. Slowly drifting towards them with preparation to open fire. In practice, we've found that our frontal armor on these guys is sufficient, that it gives us enough time for the plasma to cut them open, so the lasers can destroy them. So we're just going to rinse and repeat with the strategy we've done before. They do have a lot of reinforcements. They got 23 extra ships after the ones that are deployed to go through. Lasers open fire at 1,000 kilometers. Coil guns open fire first. The coil guns are away, firing at the battleship. Got that one firing. See, the lasers already being effective. One ship destroyed. Lasers already destroyed a second one. Our frontal armor is holding. Okay, it looks like the point defense is doing a decent enough job at holding the enemy kinetics off. Suppose... not that one. Yeah, target that one. Yeah, probably want to continue targeting the flankers. So they've already started firing at the one I want to fire at, which is that one. Battleship's still holding up. Okay, that one's dead in the water. If that one withdraws, we'll accept that it's withdrawing. Redirect fire towards the flankers, pretty much in our face. Oh, that one's dead in the water. Oh, that's a different one from the one I'm targeting. No, that is the one I'm targeting. That one's dead in the water. Don't bother with that one. Taking pretty heavy damage to one of the coil ships. Otherwise, the engagement is going well. Enemy reinforcements inbound. So you've lost your frontal. You still have your frontal and still in theory engaging that target, though we haven't seen any appreciable damage to it yet. Okay, target that one because it's got kinetics coming off of it. Okay, looks like it's lost drives, at least, if not main weapons. Swap to a different target then. The kinetics are now getting through now that the point defense has been limited. Okay, that one's dead in the water. Redirect fire to the incoming flankers. That batch of flankers has almost been cut up. More enemies incoming. They've only got one last reinforcement to come in. Actually, let's get the, well, the one coil ship. The other one's basically dead in the water. To engage that target, keep the lasers focusing on the flankers. We do have another line ship coming in, so we can put the siege coilers downrange at that. Okay, all enemies are deployed. Yeah, we probably want to target the flankers down there. This is the main last wave of flankers coming in, so direct fire on those guys, as they're kind of already doing. The line ships are gone as well. So we'll start assigning targets so that the battleships are pointing their, or the Titans with coils are pointing their weapons towards the flankers, their frontal armor towards the flankers. Lots of kinetic fire coming up, is evident by the PD rounds going off. I think the point defense is holding reasonably well. With that, 2 ships remain. One that is not dead in the water, so all focus fire on the operational one first. Oh, the unoperational one got taken out by the secondaries, while we were pointing the nose towards the primary one. And with that, I think we have a decisive victory. Pretty heavy damage on the coil ship, but that is an acceptable damage to result ratio, I say. And with that, we have victory. $1,300 volatiles recovered, 1.7 metal, 500 of nobles, and 75 exotics. I suppose. Oops. Yeah, go to ratio station. We probably want to find the Mars base they were opening fire at and try to do repairs. Although that may be a little bit of a process of futility depending upon where they were shooting. They didn't blow up anything quote unquote important because we didn't get any reports of stuff blowing up. Yeah, not sure where they targeted. Hard to tell. Looks like all the Mars mines are running at least, so we'll calm down and focus on something else. Now that I'm remembering, we aren't at war with the EU anymore, so we can set these guys all back to hunt xenoforms. Oh, they might have to. Oh, they have to be over 50% before I can put them on that mission type. Okay, that's fair enough. Does the US only have 5 armies? No, it has a 6th one. Here we go. Fleet launches low Earth orbit, that's fine. Alien administration takes over more Brazil, which is what it is. Panic. The boys destroy some of the democracy over there. Resistance Fleet Romeo 740 completes transfer and begins repairs. It will be complete with repairing in 2 days. That's a quick repair cycle. I suppose there's really only one ship that needs to be repaired. And then do a resupply mission. Also doesn't take very long. There we go. Mars Defense Fleet is back in operation. Do I now have full control of executive in Guatemala? I do. So you can now be an appropriate Federation candidate for the United States. That's what we'll have you go do then. Is that national policy in the United States?
On my way to the capital.
Ready for my mission.
And we'll have you start to raise unrest in the alien.
The people demand justice.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until we have Command Center done. There is a different project I want to put in the thing. It's the other unrest one, but patience. United Arab Emirates have developed the bomb.
Offering assistance.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Bomb invented in Taiwan, of all places.
Tyrants.
The revolution will not be today.
The uprising is underway.
Uprising apparently underway, unlike the previous person saying.
Mission complete.
Federate with Guatemala. And that means in 5th of November, we can add Guatemala to the United States of North America. We've lost Darfur. Unsurprisingly. And the last planet in Iran. Again, not necessarily a problem. Although I suppose that is probably delaying the command center a little bit.
Acknowledged.
Go investigate the alien that's in Kabul. Probably not gonna bother. $20 XP. We were thinking of potentially taking you and putting you on here for the increase in rest and apparently public campaign as well. Okay, let's take a point in science. We're going to take you off. You should have enough science that doesn't drop your science. In fact, we got too much science. We can actually take more science off if you... Oh, I took the wrong one off. Still, that's fine. We got too much science. We can take science off. Put these science orgs on other people if possible. How much are we over? By another 2. So we can take you off. Okay, so it's warning us we've got too many, that's fine. You put 25 science, we're going to put you on. This will give you more espionage, which you don't need, but also more persuasion, and, if we need to, increase in rest and public campaign. You could do with more command for when we do unrest stuff. Yeah. What mission do I want you to do? You don't really have enough command to do the assault alien bases reliably. Yeah, you've got 10% to hit the base. Granted, this is a base in the alien country, I think. I suppose, what is the probability of a crackdown up here? 37%, that's with defend, and 15% with a straight purge. So if I'm willing to pay the influence, and I'm kind of tempted to pay the influence, we could simply just start swinging to take these 2 points. And this is the country that we would want to merge into the United States for the sweet GDPC and 3 mission control. It would be even... Well, and knowledge is not bad. It'll add a little bit of pollution to the United States, but that's fine. Yeah, we'll go with the purge here.
Terminating the opposition.
And then June we'll have command center. I'll probably go for the +2 unrest generation, so we have a little bit easier time swinging at the large alien nation.
Offering counsel.
I'll still take over mission success, but this is not mine.
We've moved the needle.
Public campaign. Yep, repeat and continue. We're still going to move more against that location. Oh, they did a crackdown in Guatemala. That's a setback. It's not immediately a problem. We'll have to try to protect the executive. But it's a setback. You complete transfer to low Earth orbit, which is fine. Again, we don't really necessarily have the speed to chase them around to low Earth orbit yet. Or the fuel to chase them around to low Earth orbit yet.
The people will be free.
The revolution is coming.
Marine Battalion Barracks, yes, we're going to want that. At some point I need to increase the rate that we are making ops. Here's command center done. That is an expensive thing to do, but it does provide 2 mission control. To advance... Oh no, not the advanced marine. We want the barracks. So we want the barracks at some point, because it'll give us 12 ops a month. So 3 of these barracks is basically provide 1 a day. Annoyingly, they cost volatile, so we'll have to be careful how many we build. That was a military one. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong... Or maybe I didn't hit it with the... This is a preference. Or maybe it's there and I'm just missing it. I can probably hide the missiles at this point. We're not going to run missiles this way. No. I'm looking for the PSYOPs. The network PSYOPs. There's network PSYOPs, because it's not in the military tree. That makes sense. Yeah, so we're gonna do network psyops. This is another +2 to unrest missions. So we want it. Be done in the 11th of August. Far before the other ones that we're working on, which are super expensive late game stuff. So we don't know who
We have removed
cracked
some
down on us. It's one of 3 factions. Either gonna be Servants, the Protectorate, and it's probably the Protectorate, or Exodus. So our purge in Quebec went in successfully. Space defense is online in Beijing, China. Guess that probably got damaged by the invading army. Okay. So I've got 2 approaches. I can try to protect the executive down here. We're gonna delay on that, or we can go for the executive up here, which is what we're gonna go for. 92 on the base purge. They really can't make it harder. We'll pay 8 influence just to get it up in the 90s.
Targeting the opposition.
Okay. So you're coming along. Economy, welfare, environment. Everything's pretty good. We're depolluting a little bit. Leaving the environment on. I could probably lower the environment even more because we're not too worried about depolluting. Although the rest of the world is probably doing such a good job at polluting, we probably aren't harmed that much by doing some depollution. This one's emitting 2 million every year, so we still want to continue to do that there. A bit of a shame we haven't actually managed to get over 5 reliably here in China. That's what we're working on with the welfare. Could probably back off on the environment. I probably will back off on the environment when we actually hit proper 10 there. Okay. Let's confirm assignments and let some time flow. This will probably be the last counselor action for this part, unless something really interesting
Lending my
happens.
expertise.
Well, even if something really interesting happens, it'll probably be the last counselor action set for this go, for this part. We're currently waiting for warships to build. When they're done, we're gonna go ahead and basically capitalize on all of Mars. Any servant or protectorate base on Mars will be acquisitioned for the war effort. And then we'll probably turn around. Maybe with the Earth shipyard, we'll actually build a new batch of ships. New full 10 ships. Alien megafauna in China. We have the military already assigned to deal with that. Okay. So, Space Hotel, which is upgraded to the Space Resort. We'll set that as a favorite. It's another way to get money. It's one that requires a little bit less boost, I think.
With us.
I think the higher levels of the hotel line require boost as well. The hospitals are the best.
We were unable to instigate an uprising.
Ooh, missed by 2. Yeah, do repeat and continue.
Long live
We're starting to run
revolution.
out of ops, so we're having to be. I might have to start being a little bit picky
The
if we're going to
people
continue.
will be free.
What I'm hoping is I can lower the investment with the next tech. It might not be enough with just the next tech. Okay, so it was Exodus. I'm actually surprised that it was Exodus.
Our people have taken control.
That is the executive of Quebec. Yeah. Oh, and we've been raising our opinion there, so we're 50% of the opinion there. We constructed new battle station, Blucher Station. Okay. So that has dropped our boost negative. That's something we'll be able to recover from over the next little bit. But that has in theory generated a bunch more money from us. We're getting about 500 more money every month. Well, for other costs, right? So that's 100. So 500 in, 100 out. Yeah, 500 in, 100 out. You cost a little bit extra money. Oh, each of these are costing some money. Although, we're probably not going to build any more of those. And these are making money. Okay, so these sets too counts on a little bit. Oh no, that's a support cost. Wait. You both make money and cost money. Oh, I suppose... No, it both makes money and costs money. That's a little confusing. Yeah, both makes money and costs money. There's other modules that do that, so I'm not surprised that happens on this module. But yeah, 60 monthly cost, but 10 monthly income from it. There's probably ways to multiply the income or something that make it worth it for income, but we're mainly doing that for the influence. We're up to 11.1 influence a day. This is providing 75, so 70 divided by 30 days in a month, so it's like 2 and a bit a day. Okay. We're gonna give you some trustworthy allies. China, EU, or not the EU. United States, China, and Japan. And, well, it's two approaches here. One is we can try to defend, the other one is we can just come in hot on a point they've taken.
Removing our
We're just gonna
enemies.
take a point back. Quickest way to end that problem. Policy-wise here, Quebec we're going to wait until the 17th of August. On the 17th of August, we can bring it into the Federation with... Oh, well, I can't, actually. I've got to wait the 180 days. When the 180 days are done, we can bring it into the Federation of the United States. And then some number of days after that, we can bring it into the United States proper, basically securing the entire northern United States as a bit of the United States, excluding Greenland. And then we'll be working down here to make it bigger. Before I get carried away with doing more stuff, this is where we're going to put the part break in. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. We're going to keep recording. Probably going to record until like 2 in the morning, so that's going to be a total of 6 parts tonight. Unless somehow we move on to winning, which isn't likely, but it's possible. Depends on how quickly we can tack out the last couple techs. We're looking tech-wise to be out in the 60s to get our final techs. So we're going to be moving before those final techs, but we're not necessarily going to move in very fast, I suppose. Because that's the big thing here is this is a big speed boost. This is go fast. This is the prerequisite for go even faster. And we haven't even unlocked the final objective mission yet. We'll be doing that soon, probably. Whether that's tonight or not is up for debate. And we're going to start taking moves to move around the system. Ship construction wise, we're 3 days out, so we're gonna do some ship stuff next episode. So if you're watching on YouTube, that will be tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. This is the first of this stream's tea breaks. If we run for more than 4 parts, there'll be multiple tea breaks. But I'm going to run a basic tea break every 2 hours, so it's tea break time. With that, I'm going to head and wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.